So you're checking out Fort Wayne, Indiana because you're looking for that sweet spot. You're looking for that safe place to live with a family-friendly feel and a low cost of living. Well, not everything in Fort Wayne is cheap, and I'm going to let you know about the 7 top things that not everybody talks about when moving to Fort Wayne. Everything from utilities, state taxes, and transportation. My name's John D, and I'm a realtor here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I relocated here in 2018 with my family of 5. And on this channel, I talk about all things real estate, as well as great places to eat, things to do in and around Fort Wayne, new construction, and relocating here. So if you have questions about schools, jobs, or just real estate in general and what it's doing in your neighborhood, text me. I would love to answer your questions. Number 1 on the list is state income tax. So your income will be taxed by the federal government. However, in a few states, including Indiana, we have the state income tax. So you have federal and you have the state. Be aware of this. It is 4.6% currently, but that is something that you need to figure into your income that you're going to have to pay yearly. Number 2 on the list is transportation. If you're coming from a bigger city, maybe Chicago, Indianapolis, you need to consider having your own personal transportation. The CityLink buses here in Fort Wayne only come on a 1-hour rotation. Sometimes they're running behind, and they don't go everywhere that you need to go. They're very helpful, but if you're going anywhere outside of Fort Wayne or even to the outskirts, they don't run everywhere. They're better for bigger cities, but Fort Wayne is definitely more of a mid to small size city. So I recommend getting your own personal transportation, especially for work. Number 3 on the list is utilities. Now I'm going to share a little bit of my own personal utility bills. We have what we call NIPSCO, and that is your gas. We don't use that for everything. Now, if you live out in the country, you're going to have propane, so that's different. But if you're living in the suburbs or anywhere near the city, we usually go off of NIPSCO, and then you have your water and your trash and your electricity. Where I live in Garrett, Indiana, we have water, trash, and electricity all lumped together. It's a little bit different for Fort Wayne, but my average utility bill is $266 a month for my electric, my water, and my trash. This definitely fluctuates. Now, NIPSCO lets you do an average. So they will let you average out your bill, and I pay $81 a month all year round. When it comes to utilities, I swing anywhere from $200 up to $350. But on average, if I average it out for the entire year, it is $266. But because of the cold winter months, we definitely have an uptick in the utilities in the winter with electric. A little insider tip, if you're looking to purchase a home or rent a home with baseboard heating, those are usually older homes. I would definitely watch out for those because those bills can be astronomical. I owned a home, and in the winter, my bills could go anywhere up to $600 a month for electric. Number 4 on the list is not quite as expensive as the others, but maintaining your vehicle. I mentioned getting a personal vehicle for when you live out here in Fort Wayne, but you want to make sure that you maintain it. And one way to do that is to pay for regular car washes. You don't need to do this during the summer. You could wash it on your own then, but you need professional car washes in the winter, everywhere from the very beginning of December all the way through April. A minimum of twice a month. This needs to be done so that you avoid rust because of the salt on the roads eating away at the undercarriage and the exterior body of your vehicle. Get it washed at least twice a month, so factor that into your budget. Number 5 on the list is home prices, and this varies from one area to another, and it has to do with school districts. So I have 2 videos, one talking about school districts and another one talking about home prices in different parts of Fort Wayne. I definitely recommend watching that video so that you could see the differences. They vary in price for purchasing as well as renting, and this is super important to know. It all has to do with where you're located. And you want to take this into consideration because that's going to definitely impact your bottom line. Number 6 on the list is the cost of living. Yes, the cost of living here is cheaper. Our average home price is $250,000. Now, it all depends on where you live within Fort Wayne, like I've mentioned before. However, the average income here in Fort Wayne, Indiana is $56,000 a year per person. So you need to take that into consideration when you're thinking about your house payment and your utilities and all the other things surrounding it. Just because you're relocating, if you're making $50,000 or $70,000 in another state, does not mean that you take that income unless you're working remotely. So take that into consideration when you're moving to Fort Wayne, that your income will also change. Number 7 on the list is budget-friendly entertainment. After living here for a couple of years, I was the same as most people here. During the long winter months, you want to travel. Fort Wayne is a small to medium-sized city, and there's only so much that you can do here. A lot of people love to take trips, whether it's to Florida, Arizona, Nevada, you name it, even Chicago or Indianapolis. People tend to make a budget and get out for spring break or sometime during the winter. That's something you need to budget in to make sure that you do. If you're ready to make the move and want to avoid these financial pitfalls and others, it is great to talk to a local expert. So if you want to start creating and curating a plan that is uniquely fitted for you, send me a text message and I would love to help you with the next step of your move.